Um, okay, am I audible? Great stuff, great stuff. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Nurse Lily's here and I'm back with another video. Um, Today I am doing a story time video for you. I actually haven't done a story time on my channel, so I'm quite interested to see how this is going to turn out. So yeah, if you are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you're going to like it, share, and I hope you're going to stick around and press the subscribe button, click on the notification bell so that you're always notified when I post a video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Okay, I just want to do another sound check just to be sure that my voice is audible enough for the mic. Okay, great. It's perfect. So let's do this a bit. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm a bit more visible now. So, hi guys. So I'm doing a story time on how I lost out on my first ever major brand collaboration slash campaign. Yo, guys, I still can't believe it, Nangoku. I still can't believe it, Nangoku, guys, that I actually managed to get a brand collaboration with a big brand, like, guys, a huge company in 2023. Ever since I started with this social media, sort of like medical influencing type of thing, and I started it back in 20, I think it was late 2020, or yeah, I think it might have been late 2020 when I started, yeah, doing YouTube basically as a registered nurse and midwife. So, yeah, I got my first campaign this year, guys, and I lost it. Yeah, I lost it. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. Yeah, but before I get on to talking about like what actually happened, I think I just want to backtrack a bit back to 2021, September, when I started my YouTube channel. So that I can just talk to you guys about what was the whole idea with this YouTube channel, what was I hoping to achieve, etc., etc. So let's talk about that just for a bit, and then we'll get on to the story time about what happened this year. So, when I started the YouTube channel, basically from the first video that I posted, I wanted to give health education on this platform of YouTube because I realized that when we're there in the clinic setting, in the hospital setting, sometimes we're just too busy and it's too overcrowded or we are short staffed, then we are not able to give people health education and give it in the depth that is actually needed for a lot of topics. So I realized that having an online platform where people can just easily access the information at the comfort of their homes at a convenient time to them, it will be great for me to actually create this platform such as YouTube. So initially I had wanted it to be YouTube, and then as time went and I was now, in this space, being a YouTuber, just trying a bit on Instagram, trying to build my Nurse Lali's brand. Then it has led to me now branching out to the other platforms. Like now I'm on TikTok as Nurse Lali's. On Facebook, I have a page which is under my business name, Miracle of Life Midwifery Services. And I also have now an Instagram page where that's under my business. So at the beginning, I was only on YouTube, and I wanted to give health education in the form of videos on YouTube. So yeah, that was the initial plan. And when I started, I actually wanted or like hoped that eventually, as my brand grows and a lot more people know me, then I will start my business. When at least I have sort of like a following and I have people who know about me and who know about my profession, and that can help me to get clients, right? Then the other thing that I was hoping to use the social media platform for was to be able to get brand collaborations. So I was hoping to get brand collaborations in my capacity as a registered nurse and midwife. Um, since I'm a midwife, I deal with pregnant women and babies. So I was hoping to get like brand collaborations that, or like work with brands that sell things that cater to pregnant women. So things like maternity pads, brands that like sell maternity pads, the brands that sell your breastfeeding pumps, brands that maybe sell things like your compression stockings. Um, what else? Maybe even brands that like use waist like trainers, the belly binders after giving birth, those kind of brands. And then also when it comes to like care of the newborn, I was hoping to maybe like get brand collaborations to work with your brands that sell creams for baby skin, nappy brands, all those sorts of things. So that's what I had in mind, you guys. Like brands that maybe treat eczema for the baby, because that's a huge thing in with babies and newborns. Um, yeah, like bum creams, your nipple creams, all those kind of brands that offer these products. I was hoping that eventually, as my social media thing grows, that's where it would get. So I guess 2023 had to be the year when I get my first brand collaboration, and it was quite nice how I got this brand collaboration, because they needed a nurse midwife and they needed someone who was in the healthcare sector, someone that knows about the topic. So I can't really mention a lot about like the actual brand itself, because now the campaign never went live. Yeah, but they wanted a nurse. Yeah, they wanted a nurse professional who and obvious a nurse professional, obviously. Oh, no, no. So they wanted a nurse to work with in promoting their brand. And their brand is basically used to care for things like your wounds, right? Um, it's in simple words, it's an antiseptic brand. Yeah, it's an antiseptic brand. I'm not gonna mention the name. And if you figure out which brand it is, please don't also mention it in the comment section, please. So yeah, that's the brand that I got. And yeah, so they actually searched for nurses on social media, and they came across me at some point, and I fit like the whole criteria of what they had in mind about the person that they wanted to use to promote their brand. So in May, that's when I got the first email, and they told me about this collaboration. At the beginning, when I got the email, I was just like, is this real? Is this real? I couldn't believe it. And then, okay, so I responded to the email, and boom, they responded back. And I was like, okay, this seems legit. And then, so I was communicating with them, and yeah, then we had like a meeting to discuss the campaign, and like what are they looking for and how I can help them. Quite a productive meeting, and by this time now I already had like I got a lot more information. I got to understand this collaboration and what it was about and what they were wanting to achieve. And guys, I was so excited because I was just like, yo, this is my opportunity. Like, this is my big break that I have been waiting for. Guys, I really felt like this was the opportunity that was going to open the doors for me to get other brand collaborations. And I thought to myself, like, this is it. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is exactly what I've been praying for. It is here. So I was so excited, and now that was in May, and they actually wanted initially to release the contents of the collaboration in July. So all of these discussions now were happening in May. So as we had the discussions and I got like more information about the campaign, they asked me to like prepare sort of like a script about the campaign and talking about wound care and how this brand fits into the wound care and healing process. And okay, I did that, I did my magic as a nurse. As the nurse that I am, I did my magic. I came up with the script, and then obviously there were like now people who are editing everything and putting it all together, because now it had to be like videos that were a certain length, and like it was going to be on YouTube, it was going to be on Instagram, on all these social media platforms actually. And the nice thing about this brand collaboration was that this one, it's not the one whereby the brand, it sends you their products and you create the content yourself. So I get the content and I create the Instagram reel and I use my following to promote it, because I don't really have a lot of followers, to be honest. So it was really not going to work for that kind of thing, because probably if then I was promoting it myself, it was not going to have like a higher reach. So they were involved with all the marketing of the product, of the brand campaign or assets, the shoot, or the assets of the campaign. They were the ones who were going to be responsible for it. So to my surprise, guys, there was like a production team that was going to be the one to shoot. So it was basically like I'm doing an ad on TV, basically, because I went to an actual shoot at an actual production company. And I was just doing my thing. I was just talking about the brand, and I was just there to look pretty, talk about the brand, and obviously sort of like use my medical expertise on it. And then they were just going to shoot me. I remember when I went to the shoot in June. So we had like a pre-shoot and there was the day of the actual shoot. So it was at this production company, and like there was a production team. There was a director. There was someone who's doing audio. There was someone who's, hey guys, it was like a whole team. I can't remember, maybe like 10 people doing different things, and I was just there in front of the camera and I just had to be doing my thing. And I actually surprised myself, guys, because I had never done anything like that before, and I have a bit of like social anxiety and anxiety when I'm around like crowds. So if I have to do things like presentations, it's very tough for me, because I have to be talking in front of people, and guys, that sets my anxiety off. But fortunately for that campaign, guys, I was so relaxed, and it was like I've done this before. I was literally there in front of the camera and just talking. You're talking about the brand, guys. It was like a whole ad, like a whole ad. There were lights, there were cameras. Yo, guys, it was just crazy. And then the client or the people from the brand even came on the day of the actual shoot to just come and see, and they were coming from another province. They were coming from Cape Town. So it was such an interesting time. I literally had to be rehearsing my script after I got like the final script, which was on the day of the pre-shoot. That whole weekend, I had to be going over my script, rehearsing, and oh, guys, there was even auto cue. Auto cue, whereby when you are talking, it's like you're doing like an ad or a news, like a news broadcast, and then you are like reading the script just in front of you where you are looking to the camera. Then the auto cue is there and you like can read everything, because now obviously that is such a lot, guys. You can't keep all of that information in your mind and just like recite everything off by heart. So the auto cue really helps. So guys, it was like a whole proper thing, and I was just like, yo, wow, Jehovah, is this really happening? And that was literally what I needed, you guys, because I felt like that campaign was going to give me the necessary exposure that I needed, even in terms of my business. Because, yes, I am on social media, but I don't have a lot of followers, so I don't get to advertise my business to a wider reach. I mean, of course, there are other ways to advertise your business, which I am going to be using besides the social media space. But imagine if you have a lot more followers, then you have more people who can get to know about your business as well. So that campaign was actually going to help me get a lot of exposure and be exposed to a wider group of people that can be my potential clients for my own business. So it was going to help in that, number one, obviously I was going to get paid for the campaign. And okay, yeah, well, not obviously, it was a paid collaboration. So it's not like those trade exchanges where you get products for free and then you promote their products. So this one was an actual campaign that was going to pay me. Yeah, and I was satisfied with the package, like with the money that they were offering me, considering that it was like my first brand collaboration, and the fact that I really just felt like I needed that opportunity to help me, in my endeavors and my things that I'm working on at the moment. So Yo, yeah, I was over the moon. I was over the moon. And it was such an exciting time. And I didn't even tell a lot of people about it. I think probably less than 10 people knew about it. Because I really didn't want to. I wanted it to be like a surprise. I wanted it to be like a surprise. And it just felt like such an exciting thing. I really wanted to surprise like most of my family. I think in my family, I only told, well, obviously my husband and my mom. But I wanted it to be surprise to the other people. And then I probably only told like one friend of mine. So I didn't tell a lot of people. I think maybe it was less than 5 or 10 people. No, I think it was probably less than 5 people. Because I wanted to wait until we've done the shoot and the campaign is out, is the assets or contents of the campaign have been released. So hey, okay, sashoot ke guys ngoJune, sayenza ishoot on the 27th of June. It went well, everything was great. And then in July, the content was being edited. Now they were editing the content. So again, I was not involved in the editing process. There was a whole team. The production company team was the one that was editing the content. So it was quite interesting. Like I was quite interested to see how that campaign was going to like turn out. Especially because it was going to be done by people like who do video editing for a living. So I was quite excited to see how that was going to turn out. And then in August, they paid me for the campaign. So now at this time, I mean, the shoot was in June, July, nothing was released. And then August, they paid me. So obviously this time I was also trying to find out when is the content being released. And then guys, in September, I received the sad news that the assets of the shoot or the collaboration, the campaign was not going to be released. Yeah. Oh, my heart just broke. My heart just broke, you guys. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, after so much work was put into this campaign, and they even paid me for the campaign, but the campaign assets or the contents of the campaign were not going to be released, unfortunately. Yo, guys, that was like a huge shocker. I really didn't expect it. But at some point, when all of these things were happening and we were shooting and doing everything, there was a feeling in me that it was just like, this is this too good to be true? What is happening? Yeah, guys. So they told me that they won't be able to release the contents of the campaign because of a new regulation that came out in July of 2023. It's called the MCA code. So I did some reading up on it, and basically this code of like practice, or sort of like code of like this regulation, it sort of like protects people so that they can be able to make like their own decisions. So you don't want someone to make a decision when they are incapable of making that decision. So this code, it governs like a lot of legislation. It covers a lot of things, even in the healthcare space. So anything that would affect a person's decision making or cause people to make a certain decision, that's what this code protects people against. So for example, let's say someone who is drunk, they cannot consent to, we know that someone who's drunk cannot consent to having sexual relations with anyone. And even if you can have sex with a certain person and then you say they agreed, but they were drunk, they were not in a good condition to be able to make that decision. So it's also like maybe signing a surgical operation off for someone who is in a coma. They cannot make a decision for themselves, so you cannot do something like that. So, and I was just trying to understand this code, and I was thinking about it. Perhaps if brands are using healthcare professionals to promote their products, it might sort of like cause bias in people's choices, you know. So someone might choose to buy a certain product or use a certain brand because Nurse Hlali's or doctor, whoever, is the one that was used by that company to promote their product. So then people would not really be able to make a decision that is sort of like unbiased, because we all know that everyone trusts a health professional's advice. So yeah, I think that is something that, you know, other brands now, well, I guess with these regulations, they're starting to see that it's not a good idea to use healthcare professionals to promote certain brands because there can be a lot of bias and it can affect people's decision making. So yeah, guys, MCA code basically had the final say, and the assets of the brand could not be released. So that meant that you can never see what that whole collaboration was about. So yeah, unfortunately, that is how things ended. So I was so bummed, you guys. I was totally heartbroken. I can't even explain it because I had just hoped on this campaign for like everything. And it came at the perfect time, you guys, when I'm still trying to get my business off the ground. And it really came at a time where I felt like I really, really needed it. So I was obviously so shattered when I found out about this. And I was so excited. Even when I went to the shoot, obviously I vlogged. Like, I vlogged when I went to the shoot, when I went to the pre-shoot, because I wanted to just post that video after the brand assets or the brand contents were released. So now the fact that everything was cancelled, it meant that I can't even post that vlog. So meaning that I can't even show you guys what the brand campaign was about. I couldn't do anything. So, yo, guys, it was just a lot. Like, it was really, really, really a lot. And it made me really sad. But I think, shame, I recovered, like, from it very quickly. Um, yeah, so that's one huge thing that happened for me that I could say happened for me this year in 2023. Um, but yeah, at the same time, it collapsed. It collapsed. So yeah, yeah. I really hope that I can be able to get more collaborations of this nature. Um, I guess. I don't even know. But yeah, I really hope to get more collaborations of this kind in the future. Even if, because now obviously I won't be able to do anything with my professional in capacity as a nurse midwife. So hopefully I can get brand collaborations in the future in my personal capacity as Mihlali, not Neslali's. So yeah, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Yeah, so sometimes you can get like a big opportunity and you think that, yay, things are happening, this is the big break, only to find out that nope, it's not the time. Yeah, so life is very tough, you guys. Has a lot of ups and downs, and I do feel like this year has been a particularly difficult year for me because I left my job last year in September. So this year I've totally been freelancing and working on the business only. And this year has been a year of me really, really finding out what I actually love doing and what I know definitely sure I do not want to do. And I think maybe I will discuss that with you guys on a later video. I've learned quite a lot of things during this time, and even in my career as a nurse midwife, there's like so many things that I just really want to switch up, because I've just realized that certain things in nursing are just not for me. So yeah, you guys, I guess such is life. These things happen. But we fall and we get up, we dust ourselves, and we keep moving and we keep pushing and we keep fighting and working hard for the next opportunities. Yeah, even though certain things may not work out in your life, it doesn't mean that other things will not work out. So if one door that you thought was opening for you and was going to open so many more other doors, if it closes, that doesn't mean that there won't be any other doors that are going to open for you. So I might be very sad now and hurt about this collaboration that didn't work out, that I thought, was just going to be everything for me. Maybe something else is going to give, maybe something else is going to come for me and it's going to make me feel better. So yeah, guys, I think I've just decided to be very positive about it, and I'm looking forward to see what life has in store for me going forward. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen going forward, but we are definitely going to keep pushing. So yeah, guys, that is the story time I had for you today. Yeah, a bit of a sad story, but yeah, I hope that you guys are going to learn something. Maybe you guys can relate, or I don't know. So whatever, you can just engage with me in the comment section below. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and click on the notification bell. Don't forget to also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you can share this video with anyone if you do feel like it would benefit someone else. So yeah, that's the end of the story time, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. I love you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.